show after that because it was just disrespectful to the people involved. And I told my brother, I was like, listen, I said, you started this band with me, just be in the band again. But it had been about 8 years or 9 years since he'd been out. He's like, all right, man, let's do it. So I was like, no way, I should have asked you like 6 years ago to come back. It's crazy. So that was probably 2010 or... no, I'm sorry, we went to Japan in 2008. So yeah, my brother Brian's been back for 10 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was glad to have him back on board. When we started jamming again, it was like no time missed, being brothers and being the bass guitar and the drums and the lead vocals of the core of the band. It just clicked and jumped back in it at first, but I had kept it going all along. I definitely am too stubborn to quit it because I love it.
Hell yeah. I mean, when it's in you, it's in you. I mean, you can't
when it's
stop.
In you, it's in you.
Unfortunately for me, I got tired of the struggle and all that.
Oh yeah, it's hard. The struggle is real, my friend. But it's fun.
I found love in radio, and
I appreciate you taking the time and interviewing. It's cool.
And I had a friend that was like, I dig you. I like what you're doing. Let's go forward with it. And he invited me to, at first I was just like a segment, like a 40, 50, 60, maybe an hour show segment on his show. And then it just went on and on and on. And he was just like, okay, I want you to have your own show. So here you go. So I've just been booking bands. Like last week I did the guitar player from Everybody Panic. And
sweet. That dude Provo?
Yes, Provo.
Yeah, that's my friend.
Oh, he's my friend too. Everybody from that area.
Yep. See, small world when it comes to music.
Oh yeah. And I'm working on other... I have Ivan from Five Finger Death Punch in line.
Rad.
I mean, and this is what I do now, and I like it. I really do like it. I mean, I do.
Awesome.
I do
miss. First time we ever actually opened for Five Finger Death Punch, I went up to a couple of the dudes. I was like, "Oh man, it's an honor. It's cool to be able to open for you guys." I said, "You guys are blowing up quick. It's going good." Like, yeah, what's up, HEMLOCK? Yeah, we know you. And I was like, what? I'm like, that's cool. How do you know us? And two of the dudes used to be in a different band. Like, we opened for you guys in our other band when we were at the Whiskey A Go Go. I was like, no way. What a small world. They had opened for HEMLOCK years before. And then they started Five Finger Death Punch. And then their old bass player, Matt, with the Mohawk, he was always cool, but then he dipped out. And quite a few years back ago, I was at Walmart in the middle of the night. We were getting some stuff for the bus and looked at the magazine of a Revolver cover or whatever, and I saw my dude, my friend Chris from Las Vegas, on the cover of Revolver with Five Finger Death Punch. I was like, hold on, am I tripping? It's the middle of the night. I'm at Walmart, and I looked, and I was like, that's my friend Chris. I'm like, what? So I pulled out my phone, and I texted him. I'm like, I know it's like 2 a.m. I said, but are you at fucking Five Finger Death Punch now? He's like, yeah, man, I auditioned. I got the part. And I was like, oh, that is awesome. He's a good dude, Chris Kelly from Vegas. And his band, he's just in another local band in Vegas that we knew for years and just always crossed paths and was cool. He auditioned and got the gig. I don't think they could have gotten anybody better. He's such a good dude, and now he's in one of the biggest touring metal bands there are, so I congratulate him. It was just a funny way to see my friend in Walmart on the cover of the magazine. Like, wait a minute. So, but cool. I'm glad that you're interviewing Ivan and those guys. Tell them hello from HEMLOCK. I don't know if Ivan knows this as well. He knows a little bit, but Chris is my boy.
Hell yeah. And that's what's so fucking crazy to me, dude. You guys have been doing this for 25 years. Five Finger, and I have nothing against Five Finger Death Punch. Like I said, I'm working on the interview and all that, but history. I mean, like
they just got the radio luck, not the luck, but even the skill and the sound that it's more commercial than what we do. and they got the right team behind them, of course, and then some of it is luck and a lot of talent to where you get the right manager, the right booking agent, you get the right financial backing behind you, because they're still on an independent label. You would think they'd be signed to Sony Records or whatever, but they stayed independent. And that way they're able to have more control over their music and what they do, and I think it's called Prospect Park or something like that, the name of their label. So they always win awards for being the biggest independent, band and this and that, but they got the right management team behind them to launch them, and they pushed them and gave them a shot. And we've never had as much love or luck in the business side of it, management-wise or whatever, for one reason or another. But same time, we know everybody, and we always are known as those smiley, nice dudes from Las Vegas that like to rock and keep going.
So are you guys still involved with what is it that signed you before?
We did some stuff with Continental Entertainment, and we did some stuff with Candlelight Records, and they just did a one-album re-release. And we did another thing with Blind Prophecy Records. They did one album with us, but they had some money problems and fell apart. But it was cool because we always just leased our albums to these companies.
Right.
So then that way, if something did happen to where if the label crumbled or if they didn't push it right or whatever, we still own the masters and the rights to all of our songs. We were technically never signed as a record deal. It was always just leased as a record on like 2 or 3 different attempts, but it still never was pushed like, some of these bigger bands. Like In This Moment, good friends of ours, they opened for us at the Whiskey A Go-Go before they got signed, and now they're huge and ginormous. And, they just had a better luck of the draw at the industry side of stuff.
In This Moment, but I'll just pass on that.
Papa Roach opened for us before they were signed.
So
those guys are awesome. I always think everybody always hates on Papa Roach, because they're more pop kind of metal, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because they got super catchy hooks and really, really creative songs. But when you stand front row at a Papa Roach song, they put off some serious energy to where I was actually impressed. I was like, dude, these guys are killing it. And every time we hang out with them, they're always super nice dudes. So I have nothing bad to ever say about Papa Roach. Those guys are some talented dudes, and they deserve the success that they've earned. But it was funny because they opened for us in South Lake Tahoe before they got signed, and there might have been 150 people there, and it's just crazy. We played with System of a Down before they got signed. All kinds of fun stories like that. See, we could talk for another 2 hours.
But what I want to say about Papa Roach is, Papa Roach, yes, but they've always kind of stayed true to, trying to make music heavy. In this moment, I don't know what's going on with Maria Brink's mind or her musical outlet, but the last couple of albums that I've listened to were not very metal or rock. It was very pop, and I couldn't get past the past.
I'm not sure. She's always been really nice and a sweetheart to us every time we see her, but I haven't seen her in like 7 or 8 years, so I honestly don't know what's going on. But they might have the label pushing them a direction, or maybe she's wanting to just try and kind of merge the two together. But it's definitely, because they did start out heavier, and it's definitely where they're going more towards that commercial side of metal or rock or pop or whatever it is morphing
it's pop,
into.
Bro. It's pop.
But, then you got somebody like Arch Enemy where they just come out hard as hell. One of my favorites as far as female vocalists goes, always back in the day, was Crisis with Karen Crisis. Did you ever see those guys back in the day?
I know her.
We did some shows with them, and that Karen Crisis girl, she would sing, and then before you knew it, she was just doing these high, screechy, Cradle of Filth witch vocal, and then she did these low gutturals, and I was like, man, she's got all the ranges. She can sing, she can scream, she can guttural. I was like, they were a badass band, and then they kind of disappeared, which is a bummer, but they were ahead of their time.
Well, the thing with her disappearing is her and her husband had their kid, and she decided to just
take the family route. Crisis was awesome.
So, since you brought her up, I think I'm gonna play some tonight. But yes,
I haven't seen Arch Enemy now that they got the new singer. I think her name's Alyssa or something like that.
She's from that other band.
The Agonist, I think.
Yeah, the Agonist. Yes, and
yeah, I heard she kicks ass, and I saw
she does kick ass on record.
But when we toured with Arch Enemy, they still had Angela in the band. That was a rad tour.
Well, I actually did a show with the Agonist and Angela, or not Angela, but
I think it's Alyssa.
Alyssa White or something like that.
Yeah.
It's live. The record is better than live performance. So, and that's one thing I can say about HEMLOCK. It is like the record. I mean, if you're bobbing your head, if you're bouncing to the songs on the record, then you're going to be bobbing and bouncing at the live show.
It's funny because over all the years, everybody's always told us that the live show is better than the record, which is a compliment in a way too. You know, it's cool because that means we're putting out the energy live. But I think this new album that we recorded, we actually captured the tones and the heaviness and the energy of what we do put out live. So you'll be the first one to spin that shit.
So when do we expect... Oh, before I ask that question, let me ask one more, and then I'll let you go because we've been on the phone for an hour, which is the longest interview I've ever done.
Sweet, we get to have a mini-series interview. You can split it up into segments.
I mean, because of the years. But anyway, so, oh shit, now I just forgot. But anyway, so what do you think about the new trendy thing now with recording artists? Everybody is they're releasing a track by track, like every month or every other month or whatever, and versus releasing a whole album.
I'm kind of on the fence about it because I'm old school and I like to get an album where you get it and you get to actually read the lyrics and you get to look at the artwork and stuff. But sometimes it makes more sense. I mean, as long as they're still creating and putting out music that's good and that people want to listen to. I haven't done it myself, but I have heard about some of the bands doing it that way, a track at a time. But I don't know. It seems like it's more exciting to get it all in a package deal.
Right.
But
I'm the same way.
But I guess also if you buy a box of Oreos and you gorge on it, it's good and then it's gone. But if you actually get one Oreo at a time, you stretch it out longer. So I don't know.
Well, like a lot of people that I have interviewed in the past and a lot of artists that,
that's kind of like the pop era where they'd come out with a single, so maybe that's the avenue they're going. But I don't know, that the whole record industry is so fickle and crazy that the industry side of stuff, you just got to do what you can do to.
I mean, is there really any record industry anymore? I mean,
yeah, there's a few people still trying to hang on, but it's more about doing the live show and connecting with the fans. And when we connect with the fans, I like to always say that HEMLOCK has way more friends because we become friends with all of them. We take pictures, we hang out, we know all of them, most of them by name, or if we don't, we'll get to know them for the next time around. And our fans turn into our friends, and it's just cool because it is all part of the HEMLOCK family.
Right. And for my listeners, HEMLOCK is the kings of merchandise. These guys...
Oh, right on. I wish you were here tonight because we outdid ourselves on this tour, being the 25-year anniversary tour. It's 3 times as big as usual.
Well, I'm just going to put out there that HEMLOCK has everything from pencils to snow globes, T-shirts, panties. I mean, anything that can have...
hoodies, tapestries, hats, beanies, stickers. We got lapel pins. We got all kinds of stuff.
I mean, they are the fucking kings. But anyway, Chad, let me go ahead and end this.
We'll do another one again. We'll do another one again at the end of the tour, and we'll see if we can do a part.
Hopefully, hopefully the next one will be a live face to face. I'm so sorry that I can't make it to the show. Oh, and wanted to explain. I'm no longer in sick bag because, well, I guess I maybe I already explained this, or not sick bag, but rib cage.
I know what you mean. I just wanted to make sure that you explained it to your listeners.
Yeah,
I got you.
So tomorrow night and in Dallas, for my listeners, Hemlock is playing with one of my old bands called Ribcage.